Nestled deep within the Pennsylvania wilderness, shrouded by towering pines, stands the Pine Hollow Hotel. A relic of a bygone era, it looms over the landscape, its silence more deafening than any storm. Once a beacon of luxury, it now stands as a monument to tragedy. Its crumbling facade a grim testament to the horrors that unfolded within. The very air around it feels heavy, burdened by unseen eyes and the weight of countless unspoken stories. Locals speak of the hotel in hushed tones, their voices laced with fear and respect for the darkness that resides there. They tell tales of strange occurrences, unexplained noises, and fleeting glimpses of figures that vanish as quickly as they appear. Many have dared to venture within its decaying walls, seeking answers, seeking thrills, but few have returned unchanged. For Pine Hollow Hotel is not merely a place, it is a presence, a malevolent entity that feeds on the living and claims the souls of the unwary. The early 1900s saw Pine Hollow Hotel at the pinnacle of its glory. A playground for the elite, it was renowned for its opulent interiors, impeccable service, and lavish parties that stretched late into the night. Laughter echoed through its grand halls, champagne flowed freely, and the air buzzed with the excitement of 1,000 whispered secrets. Guests arrived from far and wide, drawn to its allure and the promise of an unforgettable experience. They danced beneath glittering chandeliers, dined on gourmet meals prepared by renowned chefs, and strolled through its manicured gardens, oblivious to the darkness that lurked beneath the surface. But even in its heyday, whispers of unease circulated among the staff, whispers of cold spots, disembodied voices, and fleeting shadows that danced at the edge of their vision. These whispers were quickly dismissed as overactive imaginations or the product of too much wine. But as time went on, the whispers grew louder, more insistent, impossible to ignore. The first sign that something was amiss came with a series of unexplained accidents. A guest fell to their death from a balcony, another drowned in the hotel pool, and a fire, contained but deadly, ripped through the West Wing. Each incident, tragic in its own right, was shrouded in mystery, the circumstances surrounding them never fully explained. Fear and suspicion began to cast a pall over the once joyous atmosphere. Then came the suicide of Victor Halloway, the hotel's charismatic but troubled owner. Found dead in his study, a single gunshot wound to the head, his demise sent shockwaves through the community. Some whispered of financial ruin, others of a love affair gone wrong, but the truth, like Halloway himself, remained elusive. With his death, the hotel seemed to breathe a sigh of despair, its vibrant energy replaced by a palpable sense of dread. Guests canceled their reservations, staff quit without notice, and soon, the once bustling Pine Hollow Hotel stood eerily silent, abandoned to the elements and the darkness that had taken root within its walls. The haunting begins. With the hotel abandoned, stories of the supernatural began to surface. Locals spoke of seeing lights flickering in the deserted building, hearing music and laughter echoing from its empty halls. Others reported seeing apparitions peering from windows, their faces twisted in silent screams. The most common occurrences were phantom knocks on doors, disembodied voices whispering names, and the feeling of being watched, of an unseen presence lurking just beyond the veil of perception. Objects moved on their own, doors slammed shut with no explanation, and cold spots, icy and oppressive, clung to certain areas of the hotel, as if the very air itself was haunted. It was as if the hotel, no longer constrained by the presence of the living, had become a conduit for the restless dead, their tormented souls trapped within its decaying walls, doomed to relive their final moments for all eternity. A journalist's encounter. In the 1970s, a young journalist named Thomas Reed, drawn by the hotel's infamous reputation, decided to spend a night within its walls, hoping to debunk the myths and legends that surrounded it. Armed with a camera, a tape recorder, and a healthy dose of skepticism, he entered the derelict building, ready to confront whatever awaited him. He spent the day exploring the hotel's crumbling interior, documenting its decay and searching for any evidence to support the claims of paranormal activity. As the sun began to set, casting long, eerie shadows through the dusty windows. He felt a shift in the atmosphere, a palpable sense of unease that sent shivers down his spine. He set up camp in the grand ballroom, the once gleaming dance floor now covered in debris and dust. As darkness enveloped the hotel, he began to hear sounds, soft at first, then growing louder, more insistent. Footsteps echoed down empty corridors, doors creaked open and slammed shut, and disembodied voices whispered his name, their tone laced with a chilling familiarity. Trapped in time. Terror gripped Reed's heart as he realized the truth of the locals' warnings. He was not alone. Something was in the hotel with him, something ancient and malevolent. He tried to flee, but every door he approached slammed shut before he could reach it. Every corridor he turned down led him back to the grand ballroom. He was trapped. Through the long, terrifying night, he witnessed things that defied rational explanation. He saw shadowy figures flitting through the halls, heard children laughing in the distance, and felt the icy touch of spectral hands on his skin. His camera malfunctioned, the film ruined by an unseen force. His tape recorder captured EVPs, chilling whispers and disembodied voices that sent shivers down his spine when he played them back. By the time dawn broke, casting its pale light through the grimy windows, Reed was a changed man. Gone was the skepticism, replaced by a bone-deep terror and the unshakable knowledge that some things are best left undisturbed. He fled the hotel, never to return, the experience forever seared into his memory. The warning. The Pine Hollow Hotel still stands today, a decaying monument to its own tragic past. Locals avoid it, their fear a tangible thing. They warn outsiders, do not stay the night. You won't leave alone. For within its walls, the spirits of the past still linger, trapped in an endless cycle of torment and despair. They are the echoes of a forgotten time, the remnants of lives cut short, their presence a chilling reminder that some doors are best left unopened, some secrets best left buried. And so, the Pine Hollow Hotel stands alone, a silent sentinel in the Pennsylvania wilderness, a testament to the darkness that lies at the heart of every human soul, a place where the veil between the living and the dead is thin, and the horrors of the past refuse to die.